Hey, this is Dr. William here again with part 4 of our 10-part series. This is our 10-part starter series to help get you kick-started on your functional medicine journey. So stress, it isn't just in your head. So meet your HPA axis. If you've been following along in the series, you'll know that we've talked about three key systems that are affecting your energy right now. One is the HPA axis, two is the mitochondria, and three is your gut-brain axis. So today we're going to talk about the HPA axis. We've already talked about the mitochondria in module 3 or part 3, and let's meet your HPA axis. This will help you understand the biological reality behind your exhaustion, your anxiety, and your burnout. How many times have you been told it's just stress? Maybe you felt exhausted, anxious, or unable to focus, and the advice was simply to relax more. But here's the truth. Stress isn't just in your head. It's in your hormones, your brain chemistry, and your entire physiology. At the center of this story is the HPA axis, the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. This is your body's stress response command center. So when it's out of balance, your energy, mood, and resilience collapse. It's not about willpower or weakness, it's about biology. So what is the HPA? The HPA axis. So the HPA axis stands for the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. It's a communication loop between your brain and your adrenal glands. Think of it as your body's thermostat for stress. So the hypothalamus senses danger. So your brain's alarm center detects a threat, whether it's real or perceived, and sends the first distress signal down the chain. The pituitary gland then relays this message. Acting as a messenger, the pituitary gland amplifies the signal and then directs it to your adrenal glands. And then lastly, your adrenal glands will release stress hormones. So your adrenals will pump out cortisol and adrenaline, otherwise known as the fight or flight hormones that prepare your body to respond. So when stress becomes chronic, all right, this system is designed to protect you from immediate danger. But when stress is constant, deadlines, bills, relationship stress, endless notifications, this HPA axis gets stuck in overdrive or complete burnout. So instead of protecting you, it starts draining you. Your alarm system malfunctions and it leaves you exhausted and unable to rest. So 77% of Americans report physical symptoms, which include headaches, fatigue, muscle tension, sleep problems, all related to stress. And believe it or not, about 75 to 90% of doctor visits are related to chronic stress, according to the American Institute of Stress. And those that are under chronic stress are at a 2 to 3 times higher risk of heart disease, diabetes, depression, and autoimmune disorders with long-term stress. So this isn't just in your head. This is a full body crisis. It's affecting millions of people every single day. All right, the science is clear. So chronic stress definitely disrupts your biology. All right, a groundbreaking study published in Psychoneuroendocrinology, which is a peer-reviewed journal, found that chronic stress disrupts normal cortisol rhythms, leading to persistent fatigue, poor sleep quality, and immune system dysfunction. And another study in the Lancet Psychiatry demonstrated that the HPA axis dysregulation is a key factor in depression and burnout, proving conclusively that stress is a biochemical reality, not just an emotional experience. So when your stress response system malfunctions, it changes how every cell in your body operates. So your stress system, it's like a car alarm. Imagine your HPA axis as a car alarm. When someone tries to break into your vehicle, the alarm blares loudly, protecting you from theft. The system works perfectly in that moment. But what if that alarm goes off every time the wind blows, or when a leaf touches the windshield? You'd be constantly on edge, unable to trust when there's real danger. Worse still, what if the alarm stops working altogether? Your car sits vulnerable, offering no protection at all. So this is exactly what happens with chronic stress. So your alarm system becomes hypersensitive, triggering constant anxiety, or it shuts down completely, leading to burnout and crushing fatigue. So there's two phases to HPA dysfunction. So we've got the hyperactive alarm. So you're always on edge. This is when you have those racing thoughts and constant worry. You have difficulty falling asleep despite feeling exhausted. You've got heart palpitations and anxiety. You're feeling wired but tired. Digestive issues and muscle tension are often common in this stage. The burnout mode. This is when the system starts shutting down. This is overwhelming fatigue no matter how much you sleep. Brain fog and poor concentration, no motivation or drive, flat emotions and depression, and frequent illnesses and slow recovery are common in the burnout mode. So meet Maria. She was a 40-year-old high school teacher. She felt completely wired at night, but utterly exhausted every morning. She'd lie awake for hours, mind racing about lesson plans and student needs, only to drag herself out of bed feeling depleted. Her doctor said, "You're stressed. Try yoga, try some meditation." Maria tried. She really did. But the yoga didn't fix what was broken in her biology. When Maria sought functional testing, the results revealed the truth her body had been trying to tell her for years. So she was getting cortisol spikes at night. Instead of dropping naturally in the evening, Maria's cortisol was surging when she should have been winding down, which was keeping her alert and preventing deep sleep. She had a flat cortisol in the morning, so her cortisol levels were rock bottom when she needed them most, leaving her feeling drained and unable to start her day with energy. And then she had depleted DHEA levels. So DHEA, it's a hormone that buffers stress and helps support resilience, and this was severely imbalanced. And this was leaving her without the biological reserves to cope. So with a targeted program, strategic lifestyle shifts, and a protocol to repair her adrenal rhythm, Maria finally experienced restorative sleep and woke up feeling genuinely fresh, feeling refreshed once her alarm system was reset. So what are some common questions we get about the HPA axis? Isn't stress just mental? Absolutely not. Stress is profoundly physical. It alters hormone levels, changes brain chemistry, suppresses immune function, and affects every system in your body. The psychological experience of stress is just the tip of the iceberg. Can't I just meditate my way out of this? So meditation and mindfulness, they are valuable tools that do help calm the nervous system. However, if your cortisol rhythm is fundamentally broken, spiking when it should be low or absent when it should be high, you need a deeper physiological support to reset the system. How do I know if my HPA axis is off? Well, look for these patterns. Feeling wired at night, but unable to wake up in the morning, experiencing frequent energy crashes, feeling simultaneously tired and anxious, or having difficulty recovering from illness or exertion. So you can get started supporting your HPA axis today without expensive supplements or complex protocols. So I'm going to give you 4 foundational practices that you can start shifting your biology immediately. So number 1, morning sunlight exposure. Get 10 minutes of natural light within 1 hour of waking. This simple practice helps reset your cortisol rhythm, signaling to your body that it's time to be alert and organized. No sunglasses. Let that natural sunlight reach your eyes. Make sure to eat consistent and balanced meals. Eat protein and healthy fats every 3 to 4 hours to stabilize blood sugar levels. Blood sugar crashes send emergency signals through your HPA axis, perpetuating that cycle of dysfunction. Get started with an evening wind down ritual. Turn off screens 30 minutes before bed, dim the lights in your home 30 minutes before bed, and this is going to start to allow that cortisol to drop naturally and melatonin to start to rise, which is going to prepare your body for deep restorative sleep. And then throughout the day, use breathing breaks. Practice 3 rounds of slow exhale breathing and then inhale for um, a slow count as well during stressful movements. This is going to activate that parasympathetic nervous system and help reset the HPA axis. So today's challenge, track your energy clock. So today, write down your energy levels at 4 specific times. Morning upon waking, midday, like around 2 p.m., evening around 6 p.m., and then at bedtime, which roughly around 10 p.m., and rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. Notice if you're wired when you should be calm or exhausted when you should be alert. This simple energy log is going to help reveal your HPA rhythm and will help reveal exactly where your stress response system needs support. So keep this log for 3 to 5 days to identify any consistent patterns and see what your body is trying to tell you. So here's an example of normal versus dysfunction. So this is what normal cortisol should look like. So here's your normal morning cortisol response. And so it spikes upon waking, and it's going to start to gradually decline throughout the day. And then it's low at bedtime and allows you to go to sleep. When it's dysfunctional, most of the time you're waking up depleted, and then it starts to spike by about the evening time. And then at bedtime, it's leaving you wired and tired. So you're not broken. You've been told to just relax, try harder, meditate more, drink chamomile tea, and take a bubble bath. And these are all wonderful things to do, but you can't relax when your biology is screaming. So you're not weak, you're not failing at stress management, you're not somehow less capable than other people who seem to handle everything with ease. Your stress is misfiring and it can be repaired. So functional medicine is going to offer you a different path. We listen to your body. Listen, your symptoms aren't random, they're signals. And we're going to decode what your body is trying to tell you. Instead of guessing, we're going to test. Comprehensive testing reveals the root causes of your HPA dysfunction, not just surface symptoms. And then lastly, we're going to use targeted protocols to reset your alarm system, restore those natural rhythms, and rebuild resilience from the inside out. So functional medicine doesn't just tell you to cope with stress. We help you reset your stress response, restore your biological rhythms, and reclaim the energy and resilience you thought were gone forever. So stress isn't just in your head, it's in your hormones, your brain chemistry, your immune system, and every cell of your body. And you have the power to reset them. By understanding your HPA axis, this is the first step towards reclaiming your health. When you know what's actually happening in your body, you stop blaming yourself and you start healing the root cause. So if you're ready to go deeper, try one of our membership programs. Personalized protocols that are tailored to your unique HPA patterns. Advanced functional assessments that are going to reveal root causes. Expert guidance from practitioners who understand stress biology. A supportive community of people of the same healing journey, and ongoing education and resources to help optimize your recovery. So if today's message resonated with you, imagine what's possible when you go deeper. Our paid memberships are going to give you everything you need to repair your HPA axis and rebuild sustainable energy. You've spent too long believing that exhaustion and anxiety and burnout are just part of life. Listen, they're not. They're signs that your stress response system needs support. The science is clear, the path is proven, and the tools are available. In the next part, we're going to discover how sleep deprivation compounds that HPA dysfunction and what you can start to do about it immediately. All right, thank you and stay tuned for our next part.